You had a choice. And I mean, that's karma too. Karma is action and karma is choice. And it's just like you have the freedom to, the free will to choose, but you're not free from consequences. Maybe that's what it is. It was almost like you allowed others to take the credit for you. You allowed people to control you. You allowed people to manipulate you into making decisions. And it's almost like you're less than like, and then you wonder why you think the world's against you. But it's not really the world against you. It's just you are allowing others to have more control over. You know what I mean? More control of your life. But really, it was like a subconscious choice to allow others to take the wheel. But then it's like you're playing the victim, I guess. And I'm not judging. I'm not saying this from like I've allowed people to influence my decisions too, and then I was obviously at first I was resentful before I awakened to the fact that I am in control of my life and all the outcomes are from my own decisions and my own actions, and forfeiting your power to people to influence you, that's a self thing. That's, you have to take accountability for that. So you definitely had a decision, and whatever choices you made, it's just, it's the karmic consequences of a decision to let other people manipulate you, decisions to make you pick something over another, um, allow, like, influenced you to spend money. If this was like a money spending thing too, because with this, like, somebody could have influenced you to spend money, and then it put you in a bad place, and they might be okay, and that's why there's no problem on the other end of this. But it's almost like the Wheel of Fortune and the Chariot. It's like it's your time to move forward. It's your time to start driving your own car, taking the wheel. Jesus take the Jesus take the wheel. You could be Jesus in this case. Um, one more thing. Is there anything else in regards to this? Maybe you couldn't say no if this is work responsibility. You might have been saying yes to work when you wanted to say no, when you needed a physical break for your body. Three of Swords again with the Nine of Wands. Somebody has really worn you down. This is definitely another person. And it's almost like you kneeled down. Like with this Nine of Wands, he's kneeling down to the Three of Swords. That's the third time Three of Swords came out. So it's almost like you broke your own heart, you broke your own heart, you abandoned yourself, you abandoned yourself. You you went along with it, you went along with it, betraying yourself. And you finally you took a knee. And then behind that is the Eight of Cups. It's just like the cups have spilt, finally. And then you're like, well, the damage is done. There's too much water under the bridge. I can't forget what I've seen. I can't unsee what I've seen. I can't unfeel what I've felt, how I felt. And maybe that's what this is. It's just like maybe you're surrounding yourself with people, like they may love being around you, but it's not the same for you. You might need to recognize that. It shouldn't be how you make people feel. It should be about how you feel, how these people make you feel, whether it's at work. So if they make you feel powerless, then you need to speak up. Maybe that's what this is. Like I said, this might be a year that you start not taking shit from people. And honestly, like if you look at your past, if you're a people pleaser, or you go along with it, or you don't fight or fight for yourself or fight for what you want, I mean, you had to go through this. You had to be at rock bottom, I guess, to start choosing you. King of Cups, Page of Cups. It's almost like once you walk away from whatever, you start making the changes because you're not going to change other people. So it's almost like you went from like the Page of Cups to the King of Cups. So it's almost like a little bit of love for yourself to like really loving yourself. It's like a switch went off. You changed your mind. Maybe. I guess my ear's sticking out. That looked weird, eh? Well, we'll get some on the bottom. Wolf instinct. It's almost like you'll be You won't be really navigating things from a passive place anymore. You're going to take action where action is required. Rebirth, spring equinox. It's almost like I'm getting the feeling that like you stood still like a mountain and you thought standing still, even if this is like out of choices because of the two of wands, it was almost like you made a choice and it kind of blew up in your face. It's like you made a wrong choice or you made a wrong turn somewhere. So it's almost like you're like, well, I kind of dug this hole. I guess I'm going to sit in it. But then you realize how like you're not content with your life anymore. And Mars is kind of like the volcano's exploding. So it's almost like be careful of like outbursts, like having outbursts on people, because it's just it's compacting. So it might not be the person you take it out on. It might have been compacted from every other person that has crossed your boundary that you didn't hold or you didn't set or you didn't speak. This might have been somebody that talked down to you, might have made passive little digs at you, and then somebody said something that didn't really say anything offensive, but it was somebody else that did it consistently, and then you finally had the straw that broke the camel's back, right? So it's almost like be careful who you direct your anger at. If you do have any anger or you're starting to have anger outbursts, it's almost like come springtime, things will kind of work out for you, I think. I think you'll have it all sorted out. You might stay where you are, you might make a plan, because we saw the Knight of Pentacles like multiple times as well. It's like you just need to make a decision. It's like spring when the weather's fine. Unveiled. It's almost like if you take the winter to kind of like formulate a plan, you take the winter to kind of work through stuff that were a little foggy or things that you didn't understand. It's almost like harmony, music. It's almost like you'll start going to the beat of your own drum. Start going to the beat of your own drum, possibly. Music could be something that helps your moods, could affect your moods. I'm seeing dream time underneath this as well, creation. There might be a lot of dreams coming up right now. You might be having like crazy dreams, wild dreams. There might be dreams with animals in it. You could look up the meaning of animals in a dream. Dreams do give you an indication of it. I wouldn't let it like run your life. I don't know what else I need to say. Like if this is a work situation, I mean, last year you probably did well. This year you're gonna do well too. You'll see quicker results. You'll have more drive to do whatever it is you're doing. But there's definitely some reckoning that needs to happen. That's pretty obvious. There's a reckoning. Long lost friends. There might be somebody you reconnect with. It might be somebody that you stopped talking to or like you didn't have time to speak to, couldn't prioritize. So there might be somebody you're reconnecting with. It might be good for you actually. Let's see. This long lost friend. July might be an important month with this long lost friend. Aura. How they speak about others is how they speak about you. Again, you might get the feeling, it's almost like when you listen to people speak, you might know the type of person they are. It's like the vibration of their voice. You might have like a gift where you can pick up if they're authentic or not just by how they speak. I do that. Living the dream. Yeah, it's almost like you're going to reconnect with the things. Like it's almost like you had a really hard year last year, but it's like you're going to reconnect with things that you actually want to reconnect with. Rabbit hole. Yeah, you might have had to go on a search for yourself, call back your energy. I think this is the year. It's like you'll tap into a reservoir. It's like you felt drained and exhausted. Your health might have taken a hit too with the Five of Pentacles here. And it's like you'll tap back into a reservoir of energy like you had prior to last year. And you might be calling back your energy from people. You might not be hanging out with certain people that you used to hang out with. Your friend group might change. That's interesting. Well, I hope that helped. I'm gonna do some singles reading, and I'm gonna do a relationship reading. Do something different this year. Anyway, hope this helps. Bye.